You take your seats. Appreciate it.
Yes.
We might have just a little bit of delay here till we get some signatures over here for our attorney. So.
Yes, I can.
You got a page right there.
There.
It's only 90 minutes. So, I told him to call up to the board president.
We try to like to move along there. So.
We don't have anybody, this is keeping us on
Are we live? Welcome.
We'll start the official meeting here shortly.
I can. Roger, I believe this will be on you. You may need it.
You're in the keys tonight, right?
I haven't seen my building. Okay. So,
All right, if you would please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Thank you. Recognition of visitors and patron comments. Jacob, anything? Okay. You have anything?
No, sir.
Let's see, additions to the agenda?
There are none at this time.
Consent agenda.
In your board package, you have a consent agenda, items A through I. I'd ask if there's any questions, please do so. Otherwise, I'd ask for board approval in its entirety.
I'd like to make a motion, we approve the consent agenda as presented, items A through I.
We have a second? Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion is approved, 5-0. Just one comment, as far as donations, we had several donations, and I think most of these were for athletics. So I don't know if that's part of this donation, but it's through athletics. I mean, I just want to acknowledge, I think it was about, there was, I thought I had it written down here somewhere. But we had about $11,080 for donations to the athletics.
Well, Dugan-Air does a wonderful job of sponsoring.
They donated $10,000.
I assume for the tickets for our students again this year.
I'm not sure what all that is to, but yeah, so we appreciate their effort, and everybody else too that donated as well. So, all right, NHJ recognition awards.
We'll be starting that next month. Once we're in full swing, which we are now.
Committee reports. C9 would be me right now. We meet Thursday night. On the agenda will be discussion with regards to adding a second or a third session to classes at C9, which wouldn't happen until 26-27, correct? That's the next school year. So that the other thing was with some of the accounts for the adult ed, trying to get a little grip on that, about what's going on with those funds and any potential fallout from that. that will be discussed as well, plus other general items. So I think we made some good headway with the director there, with communications, with all the superintendents of the sending schools. If we're going to start meeting, you said once a month, I thought I'd seen twice, but maybe if it's just once a month, and then once in person, maybe
Yes.
once a year. So,
Yes.
okay. So that's good. Kind of opens the line of communication a little bit better at C9 and what's going on up there. So we look forward to that. None of the superintendents had those concerns, and I think Bill has addressed those concerns there. So I think we're in good shape. So that's all I have then. Judy?
Okay, the foundation gave out their Passport to Passion grants on the first day of school, and we have 2 teachers going to Alcatraz to share information with their students. They are 7th and 8th grade students when we come back. We have a teacher going to Savannah and Charleston to learn more about the plantation, and we have 1 teacher going to Tokyo, Japan. So, some exciting things going on. We are still having our Creek Kids Club, so you will see our little ones out on the football field with the team as they run out through the tunnel. You can still sign up children for that. We also are having a raffle called Skip the Car Line, and for $25 you can get a chance to not have to sit in the car line, and they will bring your child out to, I believe, what, the front door, is that right, Mrs. Rollins? And you just pick them up and move on. So if you're interested in that, check out the foundation page. And I know you all have been watching Jeopardy and getting ready for trivia night, September 16th. We have announced what the themes are going to be. So these are the areas you need to be studying: movies, TV, music, celebrities, and Disney. So, those are the areas.
No current events? Or?
No current events, we did that before. I mean, these are, so small, I mean, movies, who knows what we'll come up with. That's all I have.
The 19th?
This is the 7th, I believe.
September 17th, I believe.
It's a Wednesday evening down at Dunn.
Okay, yeah. All right, thank you, Judy. Moving on, construction updates.
Yes, we have our tennis courts completed, just waiting to know if the final procurement, or actual team can actually be on the course as long as it's dry, but it'll be wide open starting the 19th and 20th of this month. Our middle school band room is in use, although the practice room still has some work and there's a small punch list to be done, but our former auditorium is now a full-use band room, which, of course, the former band room is now the middle school's STEM room, and that's in full force as well. And we are going through work with Stuppy for practice with the controls of the greenhouse on the 14th in 2 days, and looking to take possession of the greenhouse here shortly so we can get the greenhouse and begin implementing the use of that, since it looks so good from off of 300 right now. And that's, I think, everything I have at this point.
What time that meeting is with Stuffy on the 14th? Do you have a time? Did they give you a time?
That's a great question. Let me see if I can answer that for you. I don't have it.
I believe they're starting at 8:30.
At 8:30? I was going to guess 9, but
Okay.
8:30, when you get your cup of coffee.
Okay, so the 14th. And we'll have, I don't know who else, Jared, Joey, Andrea.
Lauren.
Our other
Okay,
activities.
yes. Okay. So hopefully it's a fairly comprehensive review. There's a lot of controls over there.
There's a lot, yeah.
There's a lot to that greenhouse, and I don't know if they offer some type of support after the fact. I mean, it's just like, hey, here's the keys, they don't see anymore. I mean, because I know there's going to be some issues. There's probably going to certainly be some issues with the controls going forward that we're going to need some help with. So hopefully they'll step up and they will do that.
So we hope, yes.
Okay. All right, moving on, old business.
Old business, yes. Letter A is the amendment on the lease and additional appropriation hearings. The first item is to consider action to approve the resolution resolution authorizing execution of the lease as in regards to our bond for $16.5 million.
Let me explain all
Yes,
that.
sure. Appreciate it.
I think I've mentioned this before. A school corporation is a governmental entity, and the Constitution of the state of Indiana says governmental entities cannot go into debt more than 2% of their assessed value. If that really was enforced, no school corporation would be able to build a school building. So what has happened is, in order to dodge that constitutional restriction, the legislature allows private building corporations, sometimes they're called holding corporations, to be appointed by the school corporation. And it is that private corporation that goes out and borrows the money. So, they borrow the money. They then build, well, they assign the bids to the school corporation, but they actually receive the bids, and ostensibly it's the building corporation that builds the building. The building corporation also sells the bonds, and they got to pay the bonds back, principal and interest, over a 20-year period. Well, the only way the building corporation can get any money is to lease the building that they're building to the school corporation, and that happens. And just coincidentally, the annual lease rental payments is exactly the amount of money that the building corporation needs each year in order to pay off the bonds. What a coincidence. When you're talking about execution of the lease, what that means is that's the lease of the property that's used to secure the bonds from the building corporation to the school corporation. What property is being leased? It is the McNeely farm out there where the athletic fields are, 100 and some acres. So that's the property in question. The building corporation doesn't own it yet because they haven't sold bonds and they haven't bought it yet from the school corporation. Concurrently with what we're doing here, I have filed a petition with the Johnson Superior Court number 2 for the court to appoint three appraisers to appraise the value of the McNeely property. They will do that, make a report to the court, they'll say the property's worth this much. That's then what the building corporation will pay the school corporation to take title to the property. At the end of the lease, once the bonds are paid off, automatically ownership of that property then reverts to the school corporation. And I'll just go through all these at once, rather than having to do each one after you've considered the resolutions. Okay? So that's what the lease is all about. Now, tonight is simply the form of the lease. The important part is not in there yet, which is how much are they going to have to pay. The reason it's not in there yet is the bonds haven't sold. And until the bonds sell, there's no way of knowing what those semi-annual lease rental payments are going to be. It's all determined based upon the interest rate that attaches to those bonds when they're sold. So, for example, if, as we hear, the Fed is going to reduce the interest rate at its September meeting, and if that occurs before the bonds sell, that will result in a savings to the school corporation because the interest rate on the bonds will be less. We don't know what that's going to be, like I said. Bonds are scheduled to be sold sometime in mid-September, with the closing around the first week of October. Once those bonds sell and the actual annual lease rentals are determined, there will be an amendment to the lease, plugging in what that number is. And that's the most important number, is what is going to happen, what the payment's going to have to be. So what you're looking at tonight for approval is simply the form of the lease. A lot of people would call it boilerplate, and they probably wouldn't be incorrect if they used that word. But in any event, that's what that is. Now, the additional appropriation resolution. Every year, schools appropriate the money that they're going to spend for the following year. That's your budget process. You're coming into that right now. You're going to have budget hearings soon. At your budget hearings, you're going to appropriate to the various line items money to be spent during the year. And once that budget's approved by the board and the DLGF, then the board has the authority to approve it. However, the money that the school is going to get from the building corporation for the sale of the McNeely property is not factored into your budget. That is new money that's going to come in, okay? So in order for the school corporation to spend that money, and it will be spent on the project, it has to be appropriated. So that's what the additional appropriation resolution is. It's appropriating the proceeds, the sale proceeds. It'll probably be $1.2 million, $1.8 million, somewhere in there. I think the school paid a little over $1 million for the property. I assume it's gone up in value, so that's kind of the number we're looking at. It's not going to be a problem for the building corporation to buy it at $1.8 million or even $2 million, because the total amount of money coming to the building corporation to bond sale is $16.5 million, right? And it's all dedicated to the project. As I said, the money that the school corporation gets for the sale of the property is plowed right back into the project budget. But that's what the additional appropriation is all about. It's appropriating that new money that's coming in. Next then is the assigning construction bids to the building corporation. Again, the school corporation will design the building, pay the architect, pay the general contractor, build the building, pay all the bills. And so the school corporation is the one that's going to be bidding the project out and receiving the bids. However, technically speaking, it is the building corporation's money that's paying for that, the money they get from selling the bonds. So in order to keep a bright line on all this, the bids that the school corporation is going to receive will be assigned to the building corporation. So they will, at least on paper, be the owner constructing the building. Because they're the ones that are going to be paying for it. So that's what the assigning of the bids is. The sixth supplemental master continuing disclosure undertaking is a requirement that the SEC put in place a number of years ago, requiring any municipal bond issuer to disclose to the SEC certain adverse events occurring within their taxing district that might impact the school's ability to generate enough revenue through taxation to pay those lease rents. And so the continuing disclosure undertaking is simply a promise by the school corporation that it will report any adverse impacts on the school's ability to raise money to pay the lease rents. And finally, approving the issuance of bonds. That simply is approving and authorizing the building corporation to issue, to issue $16,550,000 ad valorem property tax first mortgage bonds, Series 2025. And that's what the approval of the issuance of bonds is going to do. I think I've explained about all I can. If I have any questions, I'm happy to try and answer it.
No, I understand it all. I think so. There will be a quiz later, so everybody.
It's just all clear as mud, isn't it?
Okay.
Well, you can thank our General Assembly.
So we would need to take each one of these as a separate motion.
I would.
Okay, I assume so. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Roger, for that explanation. As far as the amendment on lease and additional appropriation hearings, item 1, consider action to approve resolution authorizing execution of the lease. Have a motion to approve. Second. Motion is made, seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion is approved, 5-0.
Yeah, Mr. President, at this point in time, this is a hearing on the additional appropriation. So if there's any comment from the public or the audience on the additional appropriation, now's the time to make it. Hearing none, we can close the hearing and adopt the resolution.
Any comments? Hearing none, we will close the adoption for the additional appropriation and call for a motion to consider action to approve additional appropriation resolution. Have a motion?
Make a motion to consider the action to approve additional appropriation resolution.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is approved, 5-0. Item 3, consider action to approve resolution assigning construction bids to Building Corporation. For motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve the resolution assigning construction bids to the building corporation.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. That motion is approved, 5-0. Item 4, resolution approving the 6th supplement to the master continuing disclosure, undertaking, and insurance of bonds. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve the resolution approving the 6th supplement to master continuing disclosure, undertaking, and insurance of bonds.
Second.
Okay. Motion and second. Any further discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Same sign. Motion is carried, 5-0. All right, through that. Now, let's do business.
Okay, new business. Letter A, consider action to approve the school board goals, and that would be for this academic year, 2025-2026. All 6 of them that are in your board packet, ranging from fiscal responsibility to graduation rate to iReach scores, which I would have to say just became public. We do have the highest iReach scores in both Johnson and Morgan County. So a little celebration at 95.4%.
Congratulations to our
Thank you.
elementary and middle school.
I know they worked hard. Yeah.
And with our goal for iReach scores is to be at least 95, so that was already achieved for last year, but we'll just do it again. So I would ask the board, any questions? If not, approve our board goals for the 2025-2026 school year.
I'll make a motion, we approve the school board goals.
I'll second.
A motion and second. Any further discussion? All right, hearing none. Those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Same sign. Motion is approved, 5-0. Item B under new business.
Consider action to approve conflict of interest statements. You have that in your board packet?
I'll make a motion that we approve the conflict of interest statement presented.
Second.
All right, motion's made, a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, then I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is approved, 5-0. Item C.
Yes, consider action to approve the 2025-2026 evaluation toolkit for certified staff. Discussion with our Teachers Association, we are maintaining the same evaluation toolkit as last year, but we require the board approval to sanction such evaluation for our certified staff.
I move that we approve the 2025-2026 evaluation toolkit for certified staff.
Second.
Second? Second, okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion is approved, 5-0. Item D.
Yes, consider action to approve the Johnson County Emergency Management MOU that we are renewing that we had in place from last year.
I'll make a motion, we approve the Johnson County Emergency Management MOU.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. That motion is approved 5-0. All right. Item E.
Yes. Letter E, consider action to approve the Indian Creek High School athletic ticket prices change, moving from $6 to $7 to put in alignment with Johnson County and the Hoosier Legends Conference that we are a part of as of this year. There is no change to the middle school prices.
I'll make a motion to consider action to approve ICHS athletic ticket prices. Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? The only thing I would add was that price went from $6 to $7, which I think, from what I know and other schools have attended, it's been $7 for quite a while. So I get it; it's another buck, but you know, our athletic departments and everything has incurred additional costs, inflation, and so unfortunately, it's just a sign of the times that we're going to have to raise those ticket prices, and it just, you know, it just helps our athletic programs as well, as they always struggle with funding anyway, as well as other groups. But so just a little explanation on the reason for the increase. So, have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion is approved 5-0. Item F.
Yes, consider action to approve the agreement with CCBCC Operations, LLC. In short, that's the contract with our athletic department with, and the school district with Coca-Cola.
I'll make a motion, we approve the agreement with CCBCC Operations LLC.
I'll second.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. That motion is approved 5-0. And that is Coca-Cola, yeah.
Yes.
So, no Pepsi products, sorry. I'm a Pepsi product guy, so. Coke and Diet Coke. All right. Item G.
Yes, consider action to approve the MOU with Clarity of Central Indiana. That would be a renewal from our use from last year.
I make a motion that we approve MOU with Clarity of Central Indiana.
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion is approved 5-0. Item H.
Okay, consider action to approve the MOU with Franklin Community School Corporation regarding our special education agreement that was approved last year. We're renewing it again for this school year.
I'll make a motion, we approve the MOU with Franklin Community School Corporation.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? Would you mind just explaining a little bit about what that is, as far as what it is?
Ms. Kiefer, that's the agreement as far as what specific teacher?
For our physical therapists and our deaf, hard of hearing teachers.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we was wondering.
As a corporation, we're not large enough to really fully staff a full teacher or therapist, so we work with Franklin Community Schools to actually outsource their employee, and they bill us accordingly.
So it's PT and then both
Deaf and hard of hearing
okay.
teacher.
Okay, all right. Okay, motion, no motion to approve? Did I miss that? First, we have a motion.
Yeah, I'll.
Okay, second?
Second.
All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That's approved 5-0. Item I.
Yes, consider action to approve the addition to the middle school student handbook, and that's in reference to the use of artificial intelligence, providing really guardrails and guidelines for our students' use proactively in the classroom.
I'll make a motion, we approve the addition to the ICMS student handbook.
Second.
Okay, motion's made and seconded.
We're all excited about that one.
Any
Yeah.
further discussion?
No, thank you for being proactive.
Well, yes, and that's what I want to say on that further discussion. Thank you for looking into that, put some stipulations and things on that, so that way, you know what I mean? So I think it's going to be pretty cool, be pretty good. Yeah.
All right, any further discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion is also approved 5-0. Item J.
Yes, consider action to approve the addendum to the NHJ classified handbook. That is regarding really a performance or lack of thereof at work and not notifying their supervisor.
I'd like to make a motion to the addendum to the NHJ classified handbook.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. Motion is carried 5-0. K.
Yes, consider action to approve the new Ag Advisory Board members that are in your board packet.
Make a motion to approve the new Ag Advisory Board members.
Second.
Okay, have a motion, second. Any further discussion or regards to those members, which I believe Debbie Abel and Tiffany Ankney are part of the Ag Board Advisory Board. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion is approved 5-0. That concludes the, new business, I'm sorry, personnel.
Yes, personnel. In your board packet, letters A, resignations, B, employment, and C, coaches. You have that entirety in your personnel packet. I'd ask the board for approval for letters A, B, and C, unless you specifically want to vote on something specifically. I'd ask for it to be voted in its entirety.
I'll make a motion that we approve personnel items A, B, and C in its entirety.
I'll second.
Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is approved 5-0. That concludes the regular board agenda. You want to introduce Randy? Sure, I can. Would you like me to? Sure.
Yes, Mr. Taylor, would you like to go ahead and stand, and I'd like to identify Randy Taylor, former CFO of Martinsville Schools, also superintendent of Mooresville Schools, but he is now the esteemed representative of Lancer Architects, and he showed up this evening to support NHJ for our board meeting. So, would you, speech?
I quit that a long time ago. Nice job running a board meeting. Been through a couple of those, so nice job. Appreciate being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Randy. We appreciate you coming. And Randy and I get together every now and then to share a few stories of some folks and characters down around Martinsville and Morgan County area. So, we won't miss any names.
There might be a couple.
Yeah. So, thanks, Randy. Appreciate you coming tonight and taking a little bit of your time to come visit this evening. So, comments from the board? Superintendent, any comments?
The only comment I'd like to reiterate, the academic success of our iRead scores. I pointed out the Daily Journal went ahead and reported out, asked me as far as significant accomplishments, and I told them our iRead scores are probably the highest in the county, which wasn't released until now, and they went ahead and did a misprint, and I made sure that they will correct that because they gave a previous year's score which wasn't as high. So make sure that's corrected, but I want to at least recognize again the success of our kids and the hard work, and really a difference that the Literacy Collaborative, putting that together in support of our kids reading, the scores reflect that. So that, along with our board goals, anticipating we'll be hitting our goal for graduation rate as well, but since that's not official, I don't want to talk about it. So more to come with that, but I'm really proud of our staff and everybody involved as far as our student performance and how well they do here at Indian Creek. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Amy?
Just a big welcome back to everyone. I hope you had an amazing summer, and thanks for coming back to pour into all of our great kiddos.
Judy?
Yes, I had a couple things, of course. I want to thank everybody for a great start to the school, and I especially want to thank Mrs. Perry for all of her work getting grants for our school corporation. I believe she has secured the 2025 Digital Learning Grant, the REMC Roundup Grant, and the Whole Kids Garden Grant for our school corporation. And I was talking with a friend who's a member of the Trafalgar Garden Club, and I understand they're going to give our greenhouse $2,000 and work with them for projects in the future. So some special things going on.
Judy? Or, I'm sorry. Kathy? That was Judy.
That was Judy, I was like,
Stop.
keep quiet. I am just, as Amy said, well, never go back and thanking him for the awesome job you've done so far, and I know he'll continue throughout the year. Keep up the good work, folks. We appreciate you. We do.
Right.
Yeah, that's what they steal it every time from me, so I mean, it's okay. I'm gonna go first one day and take all your guys' stuff.
Well, I should have went first.
But honestly, thank you guys for what you do, and then also, Jared, the transportation department, the custodians, all the stuff that they've done across the school and getting everything done. It's fantastic, and the school looks good, and the inside, the outside, the new paint, and Heidi, thank you for always getting this together for us and giving us plenty of stuff to read and catch up on every month. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for the Neola policy here and all that. But, no, I want to, same thing, Judy stole a little bit of my thunder, but that's okay. We acknowledge who we need to.
Great
But,
moment.
great start to the school year. I know there was a lot going on this summer. Tennis courts, the band room, STEM area in the middle school. It was like a circus, a juggling act, and trying to get contractors here to complete the jobs and get things done in a timely fashion. There's just not enough time anymore in the summer to get a lot of these projects done. You want to do so much, but there's only so much time, and you can only get so much manpower and get folks here to do the work, and sometimes you run into some issues, and we kind of worked around that. I think we still got some things to finish up here in the middle school, the band room, STEM area, the locker rooms over in the high school. I was over there this evening and looked at that. That's ongoing as well, and just the overall, we got steps put in this summer out there from the parking lot from the high school down to the elementary. That should help a lot, getting people kind of over the hump there so they don't have to walk through the snow. So we're appreciative of that. Handrails are coming, I think, fabricated down, so they'll be in here before long. So a lot of good things. Tennis courts, we should be able to get back on the tennis courts here next week. Said you covered most of the stuff in the construction update, but yeah, back to school, kind of back in the groove, and I just want to thank Jared and all the teachers and administrators that got us all ready again to start off. And it seemed like it's a short summer. It doesn't last near as long as it used to, as we know, but it seems like it's even shorter than that. Blink an eye and you're back. So I appreciate everybody showing up tonight. Randy, thank you for coming again. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.